Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
On the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Taken down right at
no gain on the play there. Second down.
On the play. 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. It's Jackson, and they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on
and he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
The score, Chargers 7, Raiders 0. Michael Badgley to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A gain of 6 there on first. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by the rookie linebacker, Kenneth Murray. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
He's brought down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And this one complete to Reed. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Got what he needed for the 1st down with a gain of 2.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. First down, and they stick with Eckler. Corey Littleton there on the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And 6 at the Raiders' 17-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. Complete. Hunter Henry to the ground. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now the second-year man from Alabama, it's Josh Jacobs. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
He's tackled at the 29.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Trying to run forward with Jacobs. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
The tackle by...
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 13.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Down by
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And he will score. Touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and which you also have to guard again.
And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit. But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of the first down.
Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as King opts for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They run on 1st down with Jackson. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
12 yards there and a 1st down. Herbert on 1st down now. Looking for the end zone. Man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Badgley on for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Chargers 28, Raiders 3. Mike Badgley to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Jason Witten, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Carr will try it again on second down. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Desmond King picks it. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Here's Herbert now on second down. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and have the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, it's Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Looked by the rookie linebacker, Kenneth Murray. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On second down, here's Herbert. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
at the 2-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler in the final seconds of the first half as his guys continue to pour it on. And the route is on here in this first half.
Makes the score Chargers 42, Raiders 3.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime?
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. He will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Michael Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Down.
Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Here's Carr. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it. Yes. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers. as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback, and when he delivers the ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
At the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Eluding the pressure right. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Carlson able to put this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
42.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't effectiveness. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On first down, Justin Herbert. Looking for the Pro Bowl wideout Keenan Allen there. That'll bring up second down.
It's now second and
had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On second down, Eckler. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. He may try and run for this. Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
Flushed out right, and this will be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
3rd quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Zone 49.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. Open man, it's Allen. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Tackled at the 20.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That's caught by Jackson. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Herbert, quick pass out wide. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Joe Reed, his 4th touchdown on the year. And this Chargers offense continues to pour it on. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Chargers 49, Raiders 6. Mike Badgley to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Zay Jones was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Carr again. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Open down the middle of the field. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 41-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Raiders.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Carr to throw again. Got an open man. It's Ruggs. Past the 20. Out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They give him a gain of 38. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Derek Carr, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to get this back to within at least some measure here of respectability. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
49, Raiders 12. Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Desmond King now to return it. Well, a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
27 yards there, a first down. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one as he just did there.
Going deep here for Allen. And it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And this Charger offense is running away with this one. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Chargers 56, Raiders 12. Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Throwing on first down is Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
He'll look downfield for Waller, and that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but now it's third down. The Raiders on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth.
3 and out. 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are able to eat just a bit into this sizable deficit.
And that touchdown, well, it really puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah, college, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
But that ice bath felt extra cold after.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters get to you.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Justin Herbert looking to pass. On the screen, this is Eckler. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot and pick it off a pass.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
It's 3rd and 11.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Flush to his right. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Here's Ty Long now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Final score now on our NFL scoreboard. That is now a 2-touchdown game with the Steelers in the driver's seat. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. On the return is Jones. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. The offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. One final try now for Carr. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Chargers
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chargers.